Welcome, everyone. This is Andrea with the Moving Forward with Andrea show. And I am at the American Legion Post at a special benefit tonight. It's called Fight for Life. It's the third annual. And actually, I'm here with my photographer, Hans. And I'm going to be interviewing Felicia O'Brien, who is been fighting for probably a little some time now. And we're going to hear all about her story on how she got started. And just to let you folks know, the Nantium Boxing Club is the club that all of these boxers train at. No Nantum, okay. And it is something that's they've been doing for a long time, and they're donating their time today for this fundraiser. So I just want you folks to understand a little bit about that. So first of all, I want to say hello, Felicia. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm excellent. First of all, I wanted to find out a little bit about how you got started in, what you're doing. Has this been a lifetime thing?
No, I came to this sort of late. I've been boxing over at Nonantum with Mark for about a year and a half now. Just started fighting in the fall. I came to this later than a lot of people. I'm 36 years old and have 3 kids, and started boxing for fitness and to sort of lose weight after my third child was born.
Wow, you know what? There's never too late, because I'll tell you something. I interview people that are in different careers, that are in acting, that are retired, and that just one guy in particular that I can think of off the top of my head that's in the American Hustle movie. So it doesn't matter. You never know what's going to happen, but if you have it in your heart, it's all good. And then so you decided you want to do a little exercise, and then it became like a career?
Yeah, well, I decided I enjoyed the sport and I enjoyed the workout, and then a girlfriend of mine who had been training with Mark at Nonantum suggested that I go, check out the gym and do a couple sessions with Mark, and so I started working with him. And when I first got there, he was like, well, what's your goal? What do you want to do? And I was like, I just want to, get fit, and I want to know how to box the right way. And then after I was there for a couple months, I was like, okay, now I want to fight. Like, I don't just want to. It's a stress reliever, and it also, I find that it challenges me in a way that, I was home with kids and sort of out of the workforce, and it starting to learn to box and then fight gave me my own personal goals that were about me and not about, my children or my family, and just challenged, my abilities to be able to learn how to fight and to learn how to compete. It's one thing to hit a heavy bag and move around. It's another thing to sort of put yourself out there and get in the ring.
Yeah, I know it's not easy. Nothing ever good is ever easy. It's hard work, and everybody out there that really tries knows in anything in life, anything that's easy will go away just as quick. So now my show I explained to you is about moving forward, and I'm going to be writing a book, and what I ask people that I interview, the most important thing to me is how you keep it going and you move forward in your life, personally and professionally, because that's the part that will be part of the book that could help people in the future that maybe are your age or in your career that you're trying to do, or whatever it is that you focus on. So can you tell me a little bit about how you keep that in check and to stay away from negativity, or if you have to deal with it, like what do you do?
I think that moving forward, it is helpful to have a support system in place, and I have a huge support system at home. My husband and my kids are really supportive of this. It takes a lot of time.
So to keep yourself in check with negativity and doing all that, like I was asking you, what is it that you do to keep on the straight and now, personally and professionally?
So I think I'm surrounded by people who are positive influences, people who are supportive of what I'm doing, of the time that I spend doing this. I have, besides the support system at home, the support system in the gym. Mark is fantastic, and all the trainers.
Can you tell the folks out there who's Mark? Is he the one that owns the gym, and what's his full name?
Mark Gargaro. He is one of it's a whole family-owned gym, but Mark and his brother Nico own it, and their cousins, the Busa family, Nate and Eric and Phil and Jay, and it's a family-run gym, which makes it an even more special place because
it's not that corporate-y thing, and it's like certain this, certain that. They care more about what do we need to get done here and how are we going to get to that point, which I think with anything in life is most important.
Yeah, and they grew up in this community, and so they are very connected to the community, and they give back to the community, like with nights like tonight.
Can you tell the folks a little bit about tonight? Do you know a lot about it?
I don't know a ton about it. I know that this is the third year that they've had this Fight for Life. I know Stephen Scanlon. I've met him at many no-nantum events and many, boxing shows, things like that. And I think this event is to raise money for his brother.
Well, his brother that
passed away. Yeah.
His daughter that I heard is, going to college and then stuff to do with the police department as well. So I think that's a great thing because we need support from our towns and the people, and that's what keeps people together, I think, because, in this big, bad world we have here, we need to have some positive energy. So when you have to deal with negativity, can you tell me how you deal with that? Because sometimes we can't walk away from it and it's in our faces. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, can you just like how do you handle it?
I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at sort of tuning it out and not letting it impact me the way it might have impacted me 10 years ago. I mean,
I have to say, age does. I've learned myself to be more patient, and I think way before I speak, and also I think it's important to, if things aren't working out with certain situations, that I don't even put my energy into it. But sometimes we can't walk away from things, and a lot of people I interview, it's everybody does things differently. And some people can turn that negative into a positive, and I think that's probably one of the best insights I've gotten, and to get away from it. But a lot of times we can't, because you might have to deal with it at work or, with a spouse or someone that you have to deal with, and it's not always easy. But I have to say, patience and picking the fights.
Yeah, and I think being mindful and present in whatever the moment is that you're in can help. I mean, that's one of the things I find. I run and I box, and when I run, my mind can wander and almost like dwell on things that are bothering me or something that's negative. And when I box, I'm so focused on what I'm doing. It's like I'm in that moment.
So what does boxing do for you personally? So maybe people out there that hear this, part of, how you move forward, because it's obviously, it helps you personally. So can you tell the folks out there, and then I'm going to move on to the next person, okay?
Boxing has given me a challenge that I haven't had in a long time. I mean,
Well, because you work out and you look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. I spent the last few years before I started boxing, I was running a lot, was running marathons, was running half marathons, and it came very easily to me. I didn't have to push.
Is it similar in a sense?
Well, it's similar. Like, I love the competitive aspect of it and doing something for me, but running came very easily to me, and I didn't have to train hard to, place in half marathons or to qualify for Boston and to do those things. And then I sort of took a step away from running to focus on boxing. And, I talked to one of my girlfriends who I boxed with at No-Nantum, and I was questioning it at one point, saying, what am I doing? Like, I've moved away from something that was easy and that I was very successful with, to move into something that's been a huge challenge for me, and that it's harder for me to be good at. Like, it's easy to be good at boxing. It's hard to be great at boxing. And
yeah, because you can just be good to yourself and thinking that's okay, but when you're up against challenging. So tonight you're actually filling in for somebody, and I think that's really great, fellowship of you helping out. And can you tell us who you're fighting tonight?
I'm fighting, her name is Vanessa Sanchez, and this is actually a rematch for me. We fought in March. She was my first loss. It was a close fight. It was probably the best fight I had, and so I'm looking forward to getting back in there with her.
Excellent. Well, I just want to thank you so much for your time, and it's been my pleasure, and good luck tonight, and I'm happy to meet with you and to know that you're part of what they're doing tonight, which is for a great cause, and thank you so much for your time. Do you have anything else to say?
No, that's it. Thank you very much, Andrea.
Thank you. Okay, everyone, and we're going to continue with the interviews. I have actually a really great guy here sitting with me, Rafael Riviera, who actually won the Golden Glove in Lowell in 2013. And he's here tonight. And first of all, I want to say hello. And I'm really proud of you for winning that. You must have been so excited about that, huh?
Yeah, so my first fight, I actually got knocked out. And so going from that spectrum to winning, a very known tournament like the Golden Gloves was really, you know,
So that actually pushed you to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And you know what I mean? Like, awesome. So can you tell us how you got started in what you're doing? Is this something that you've been doing since you were little, or is this something, can you tell the reasoning behind it? Because sometimes people have a story of reasoning why.
all right, so I started boxing because I always felt that I played high school sports, and in college I had to work to pay for my own tuition. So I still had that competitive nature in me that I need to get out. So when I got to a point where I just broke up with the mother of my child, I had a little more time. I was starting a business, so I had a little more leniency. And I just decided to try it out, see if I was good at it. And boxing has always been something that's been a big part of my family. So
Your dad?
uh,
Your brothers or something?
not necessarily that they did it, but I just remember as a little kid going to everybody, somebody would order the pay-per-view events, and it was like a family bonding experience.
I love, you know what, I'm telling you, and I love doing it. It's a great workout, everybody. I said when I was talking to Felicia earlier, because it's not just for guys, it's for women too. And, it's all up to the individual. So you started when you were younger, and then when did you start thinking that you wanted to get involved in competing and being like, where you are now?
Well, as soon as I was going to try it out, I knew that I at least wanted to get in the ring one time. So once I did the workouts, did the sparring, I was hooked, and I wanted to see how far I can take it. And, here I am doing it 4 years later.
So can you tell the folks out there who you're fighting tonight?
Tony McKenna, I think he's out of the Peter Welsh gym.
Okay. Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. And Hans will be taking some awesome pictures. And we're going to get some good shots tonight. And I think that's going to be awesome because I'll put it all together for you folks. Now, I explained to you what my show's about moving forward. And I know you're a big advocate of that, which I love hearing, because you don't seem, how old are you, by the way?
30.
Okay. You don't look 30. I'm going to be 50 this year, so I hear you on that. But I just wanted to say, God bless you, because a lot of people your age, some people don't really care. It's good to have feelings and to want to help and be involved and care about what matters, because this world is a big place, and sometimes people need role models. And this interview with you and what you have to say might help somebody out there that, has been kind of on the fence on what they want to do and how to handle things, because it's not easy to, be great in anything, because it's hard work, and some people it's easy to quit, and walk away, and we all understand that. So can you give us a little bit about, how you move forward and personally and professionally? You can start wherever you want.
Personally, I try to be the best individual every day. I believe reading and education is important, so I try to do that at least an hour a day.
Wow, you know what? And that's not easy when we're all like crazy busy with our lives. And I hear you on that. That's wonderful. So you educate yourself even outside of schooling. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, education doesn't end once, in my opinion, it doesn't end once you're done with school or college or trade school or whatever it is you do. So for me, it's important to improve. So one of the ways that I do that, like right now, I'm big into Jack Canfield, so I've been reading a lot of his stuff, and if I'm driving long distance, I'll put like a YouTube video, turn it around so I'm not looking at it, but I'll hear it, and I'm all about people that are inspiration and personally been trying to get more involved. I worked for nonprofits before I started my own business.
What do you do for your own business, by the way?
Pet service.
Excellent.
And then I also teach over at Nonantha Boxing Club as well, so I'm an instructor there. And then I've been doing the pet service since about 2007.
A lot of money in the animal business. I started my own natural pet tree business. I do a coconut business, oil body scrub lotion company now, but I hear you on that. And it's a lot of work in that itself, just we all know. But how's that going?
It's steady. It's steady. It pays the bills.
I hear you. It's just going to pay the bills.
I'm trying to take it to that next level. I also don't want to be big because I'm big into personalizing. I take pride in helping others. Yeah. And so I'm trying to get bigger, but not big enough where it's commercial.
I understand exactly because that's how I feel about my business because I think it takes away from the localness of being, in demand, and then people ruin your products that way and stuff like that. So I hear you on that, and good for you. It's good. That's for your age. That's a really great thing. You're a great guy.
Thank you. So I'm trying to volunteer as often as I can at the Boys and Girls Club, which is where I learned a lot of my professionalism, my work ethic. I learned a lot when I used to attend the Boys and Girls Club. So that's one way. Trying to get into the faith as much as I can. And I try to engage in as many new activities, step out of my comfort zone as often as possible. It's not easy with 2 kids, but I try to find a way to go about it at least.
You're finding a way because you have 2 kids, you're working your own business, plus you're working, doing the boxing, and you're a pro. You're becoming a pro because you've won and went from getting TKO to being on top. So like that to me is amazing in itself, to not get deterred from that. So can you tell me, the folks out there, maybe that mindset might help people. What was your mindset when you lost and then you turned it around like that? How did it go? You know what I mean?
That's not how I wanted to, that's not the impact I wanted to leave in boxing.
Did you learn from what you think you might have done wrong to make it better, or how did you perfect it for winning, obviously, the next time?
Yeah, I mean, I was asking more feedback. All the instructors, we're lucky that people know Anthem Boxing, they're always willing to give you feedback. Even the people that you spar with, and just get in the ring, practice. Asking, am I ready? Am I not ready? And yeah, just trying to do things a little different, tweak here and tweak there.
Taking the constructive criticism in the right way, which some people can't handle, but long as they're not going over that borderline of doing it to hurt you and it's for your own good to better you and they care, that's the difference I always tell people, But now, as far as that's personally, not professionally, for your career, what's your future goals, and for people out there that it might help them moving forward professionally, what advice do you give?
And surround yourself around people that are better than you, or people that you want to be. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to engage with people that have entrepreneurs themselves, or just are successful individuals, and just learn and trying to be more financially savvy, which is something I didn't get the privilege to get from my parents.
I hear you on that, and you know what? You're not the only one, and it's good that you overcome that, because we can't get hard on ourselves about that, because it's circumstances we can't control. But look where you're at now.
Yeah, and I got ways to go, so I'm totally not satisfied. But I take a look at the progress I've made, and I learn, and I try to use whatever motivational assets, tools I use to continue to use them, so that I can continue to move forward.
I just want to first say thank you for your time. And is there anything else that you'd like to tell the folks out there, or you would like to say?
Stay away from negativity. Stay away from it. It's not going to help you. But like you said, just there are people that are going to be honest. With you. But honesty and negativity are 2 different things. Feedback and yeah, exactly. So just surround yourself around people that are going to give it to you straight, but aren't going to take you down.
It's in my world, as a mother, we call it a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but yeah.
But thank you so much for your time. You're a sweetheart. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to continue with the interviews at the American Legion Post 440. Actually, we're in Newton, Mass, and this event is Fight for Life, and I have here Joey Muse. Is that how you pronounce it, Joey?
Yep.
Joey Muse, and he won last year for, you can tell the folks a little bit about what it is that you won and what you do.
Last fall, actually, I won the New England Championship for 152 open class.
Is 152 the weight?
It's the weight class for welterweight. It's a welterweight weight class. Yeah, it's 152.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
like what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It doesn't really go by age. It's more weight. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So how did you get involved in all this?
I get asked that all the time. I've been boxing for 8 years now, and I started when I was 12, and I really had no reason. I just wanted to.
You're 21.
20, I'm 20. So I just wanted to box one day, and my mom brought me to the gym, and it's history from there.
Excellent. So now, explained to my shows about moving forward professionally and personally. I want to know from you what it is that you do that keeps you focused and stay away from negativity, both personally and professionally. You can start where you want, just so it might help someone in the future that's trying to do what you do. To how do you keep focused to want to win and to be successful? And it's not easy. We all know that.
Basically, the gym actually keeps me out of trouble because you need so much discipline in boxing. So you can't be out partying the weekend before you have a fight. You gotta eat healthy. You know.
So you watch your food and you do that.
Don't hang out with the wrong crowd.
Is it hard?
Sometimes I'm used to it now.
Well, because you're 20. I mean, that's the age that everything can get crazy.
All my friends are coming home from college now, so summer's coming. So
Yeah, but that's okay. So when they give you peer pressure, how do you deal with that? Because that might help somebody else.
just say no. Got to train the next day, so.
So you're focused. Excellent. Now, when you have to deal with people that are negative or maybe jealous of you and all that, because you're a good-looking kid, you're 20 years old, you're welcome. You've been you've been boxing for a while now, and you have a great following. And how do you handle when people are like that? Because everybody has their own way.
Yeah. If people are negative, I try to ignore them. That helps me a lot.
Sometimes when you have to deal with it, though, what do you do if you're in a situation where you can't get away from it?
I've never really been in a situation like that, so.
That's good. Sometimes that happens, but so you pretty much don't even involve yourself around that. And as you get older, it's not always easy, believe me. But if you keep your mindset the way you are and focus that you're that strong-minded, saying, no, I'm not doing whatever. It's so people out there that are listening can know, if you're trying to do what you're doing, it's you got to have, you got to be independent, right?
Yeah, no, you can't have any friends if you want to succeed. That's what one of my trainers told me that as a joke. But
Yeah, but you do because you have all your friends are here, right?
I got a mean crew out there right now.
So can you tell me who you're up against tonight? Who you playing?
I've never heard of the kid I'm fighting. I guess he's from Western Mass. I don't really know too much about him. Cross that bridge when we get to it, We'll see. We'll see when I get in the ring.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight. I'm going to let you go, and good luck, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. All right, everyone. We're going to continue, and right now I have Peter Barrett, and I'm going to actually let you tell the folks out there what it is that you do and who you are, and we can go from there.
How's it going? My name's Peter Barrett. I fight by Slippery Pete. I'm actually an amateur MMA fighter as well, going pro next month. This is kind of a fight to make sure everything's worked out, and all my weaknesses have been, worked out. No kinks, no rust. It's been about a year since I've trained, since I fought last, so I'm really looking to brush some dust off my shoulders and get ready to get back in the cage next month.
Yeah, I watch MMA, and it's a different animal, and definitely we know that's something that I definitely want to, I'd like to see you grow from that, and that'll be awesome. And I know your brother's here too. Does he do the same thing?
Yes, we both train mixed martial arts full time. We do a lot of Muay Thai with the Sit Yat Tong School. We do a lot of boxing with Joe Capiello. We're based out of Max Training Center. We also train down with Mike Gresh at Cape Cod Fighting Alliance in Wareham on the Cranberry Highway. We're kind of with like the best schools in the Northeast right now, and we're just looking to get better.
Excellent. So, wow, you really good luck with the next month. Now. Can you explain to the folks like how you got started in this? Was it like something you want to do since you were little, or did something entice you to do it?
I started wrestling in high school, and it kind of gave me the idea because that was back in the early 2000s when the UFC was really taking off. And it was Nick Diaz, who I watched on The Ultimate Fighter, and he really caught my attention. I said, you know, this kid's a scrapper, he's a tough kid, and he wins. And it really caught my eye and grabbed a hold of me. And fortunately, unfortunately, I had to wait until I was done with college before I could really dedicate time to it. And now I am, you know, I work full time, have a great job, but my boss knows at 5 o'clock I'm off the clock. I'm not his anymore, and I'm in the gym until about 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah, and I know because I hear you. I'm a gym nut myself, and it's as you get older, it's not any easier. But it is dedication. It's a lifestyle. It's not just a given. And people out there that are listening, you know, you can't just get up and look like that. You got to put the work into it. It's hard work. And can you tell the folks out there, you know, I explained to you my show is moving forward. Can you tell me how you move forward and what you do to keep on the straight and narrow and stay away from negativity, because that'll be a part of my book?
Yeah, sure. I mean, me personally, I stick to a really clean organic diet, no sugars. The extent of a sweet tooth is almond butter at the end of a training session or right before I get off to go to the gym. Really clean diet. When I'm in a training camp, there's no alcohol, maybe an occasional glass of red wine. I do a lot of my own research on health and nutrition, on what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating.
Excuse me, why do you do that?
Because I feel like everything counts, everything matters. I can't, you know, slack off between 9 and 5 because I'm at work and then expect to perform the way I want to perform from 5 to 9 when I'm with my team training. So
Yeah, and it's almost like you feel like you're letting them down if you do that because you're not at your best.
right, that too, but I feel like if you want to perform like an elite athlete, you can't be eating the garbage that everybody else eats that lives an unhealthy life. There's a huge gap of information that's not readily available, that is the food industry. And I avoid anything that's processed. Organic food, I stay away from glutens, I stay away from toxins. I compare, you know, fast food to like E85 and the food that I eat to rocket fuel. And if I want to perform like a high-end machine, I better be putting rocket fuel into my system, not some crap gas.
You know what? I hear you on that, and I feel as though that they do this. They don't give us all the information because they make money on it, and that's where a lot of the cancers and things come from. In this, but I'll talk about that for another day. But you understand, and you know I understand, and it's people like us that care. We understand because we care about what's going in our mouths, and some people, they're just so busy in life they really don't get it. But they need to, because you'll live longer, and not only that, you'll feel better, and it does matter to feel good. I think it's so important. So I'm glad that that's the way you think, because it's not easy, and you do need to educate yourself. Now, as far as negativity, and because I mean you're great and you're a good-looking guy, you know, how do you keep away from the jealousy and the negative when you have to deal with it and you can't walk away from it? Like, so maybe that'll help somebody that's listening to this.
I've been put in a few situations where I've really just tried to laugh the kid off and seriously try to make him understand that, bud, you don't know who you're talking to, you don't know who you're dealing with, and I'm in a position where I can't react how I would like to react, and I try to get myself out of the situation.
Yeah,
And I've cut my friends down. I've got, like, you know, I could count my best friends on one hand.
It's jealousy, though, honey. You know something. I understand that, but but you can't let that get in your way, because people do that because they don't have enough guts to do what you do, and it takes a lot, and that is one of the reasons why they act like that. Don't ever let that bring you down, ever.
I mean, I'm aware of that. You know, when you don't get haters unless you're doing something good. Until you're getting out there and you're putting your name out there and you're trying to better yourself, that's when you realize who your true friends are, who gets jealous, who's kind of a coattail, who's a pocket homie. You know, they just want to hang on to your pockets, you know, to and through, and bask in your glory. And I'm the one doing all the hard work. So back to cutting down my friends, you know, I've got a close group of friends. Me and my brother, we share a house together, and you know, a good day is when I go to work, train, go home, and go to bed.
Yeah, hey, it's all good. Well, good luck to you, and I'm really glad that you're focused and that you have learned to control yourself when you have to deal with negativity, because I think people that are out there listening to this need to understand, especially you're an MMA fighter too, that you can easily just snap and you could kill somebody, to know that you need to withhold yourself, because it's almost like you're a weapon, and it could be used against you. And people that listen to this need to know that too, because I have friends that do that, and That's what they tell me. So I think it's so important that you're smart enough to know that. So if anyone's out there listening to that, that's really good advice. But now, so tonight, do you know who you're fighting?
Yeah, actually, the kid I'm fighting, his heart rate, his blood pressure's too high, so we might not fight. So, whatever, my brother's still fighting. It's a good learning experience. Tonight I was really coming in just to make sure that everything that I've been working on, worked and I'm doing the right things. I wasn't coming in here looking for a knockout. I wasn't coming in here looking to be a bully. I just wanted to get against a new body, test my skills, see how I do in a different sport. Boxing's only one tool in my tool belt, where with mixed martial arts, it's, I train boxing for my hands, Muay Thai for my kicking. I've wrestled since I was 13. There's a whole host of things that go into it. Jiu-jitsu, I'm a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. I train under very high-level athletes, and like I said, it's just one tool in my tool belt, and every chance I get to compete, I take.
Well, good for you, hon, and God bless you. That's really good. Keep up with the good work, and I hope you get to fight tonight, because I know that's what you like are worked up for this, and I could see it in your eyes. So thank you for your time, and is there anything else you'd like to say to the folks out there or to me?
It's not about who's tougher. It's about who has the respect and the discipline. Boxing is a martial art. People need to realize it is a martial art, and it is about respect and dignity and treating others the way you want to be treated.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. We have John Cementelli. I got that right. Anyways, can you please, I'm sorry, it wasn't picking up. Please tell me how you got started in this?
I got started about 6-7 years ago, and I was a former athlete, college football player, got into boxing late. Yeah, I'm a lot trimmer than I used to be, believe it or not. But yeah, got into boxing late. I actually grew up in Newton, right down the street from the Nonantum Boxing Club, but it's a fairly new gym. It's only been open probably for about maybe 7 years or so. So I started boxing in my 30s. I've been boxing for like the last 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Competing for the last 2 years. So this will be my 4th fight, and I've done a couple exhibitions as well.
Excellent. So do you know who you're fighting tonight?
Not really. I know he's a novice, amateur fighter just like me. He's the same weight class, super heavyweight. Hopefully we're about the same weight. That's a tricky thing with super heavyweights. It's anything above 200 pounds. So you could be 210 fighting someone who's 260. You never know. I think I have a feeling we're fairly close in weight, though.
Excellent. Now, can you tell the folks out there that will hear this, because I explained to you what my show is about moving forward, how is it that you keep yourself on the straight and narrow and focus? Because, I mean, like you said, you just got back into this later on, so that's someone that's definitely moving forward, and you're trying to reach some goals here. So can you tell people how it is that you move forward, and maybe it might help them?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been pretty ambitious. Went to Bentley for business, got my college education, played a sport at the same time. Was always really into fitness, and to play sports and be into fitness, it's pretty regimented, and you have to be dedicated and ambitious.
I call it a lifestyle, because that's what it is. And people that, that if they don't, I mean, it's like, oh, well, why can't you just eat this? It's like, because that's what I don't want. I mean, it's, if you know what I mean, you can't argue with if that's the way you are. You accept me the way I am, and I'm not changing, and you got to stay firm, because it's hard when everyone around you is being, bad.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely staying regimented. It's nutrition. It's getting all your workouts in, especially when you're competing. It's not just staying in shape. I mean, you're stepping into the ring with someone else who's trying to take your head off. So you got to be on top. You got to be on your game, on point. So I mean, you really have to stay, stay the course, stay focused, and just kind of pursue your goals.
Yeah. Now, as far as personally, how do you move forward and keep away from negativity? And I'm sure you deal with it, because you're a good-looking guy, you're older, and you look great, and you're doing this at your age, and maybe even the younger people might be intimidated. So, I mean, how do you handle the negativity so that might help people? Because a lot of people sometimes don't know how to handle that.
I think, sports and fitness, it's a healthy lifestyle, so you have to be healthy, nutrition-wise. You have to be focused. You have to avoid negativity, whether it's alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be. I mean, you really have to be dedicated.
So you don't really drink at all or anything?
Not that much anymore. I mean, I had my fun in college and in my 20s, but now it's I just that's why I like to compete in boxing, because it does keep me focused and. keep me grounded.
So it keeps you grounded. That's awesome. So now, can you tell the folks like what your future plans are?
Future plans? I mean, I'd like to compete till the end of this year. I'm actually getting married the end of this year. I told my fiance I wouldn't box anymore after this, but I still want to be involved in the sport. I want to coach. I want to do the workouts.
You might have a little boy, and then he'll want to be his little.
Definitely want to have kids at some point soon. So that gets to be pretty tough and big time commitment. Probably won't be able to stay as focused in the gym and get my routine on my workouts and to compete, but definitely love the sport and want to still be a part of it. Still do a boxing workout and help other people reach their goals. So
that's good because it is, like I said, and it's a positive thing. So people that are out there listening, it's definitely a great way to relieve stress and to keep it going. Well, good luck tonight, and we'll get some good shots you out there, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right, everyone, I have Stephen Scanlon here, and I want you to tell me a little bit about what this event was for. I know this touches your heart. It has to do with your brother, so can you give us a little bit of what you want to say? And I've interviewed about 5 boxers tonight. This is a great event. There's a full house, folks, out here tonight. So can you give us a little update?
Yes, we started this event in 2012 after the passing of my brother, who was 49 years old. He passed on, he fought the disease of alcoholism all through his life, and that's how we came up with the Fight for Life. He fought every day of his life to try to rid the evils and demons that he couldn't control. And when he was a younger man, he was strong, he was tough, and he was able to fight them down. And as he got older, he got weaker, as we all do. And
yes, we do.
They overcame and they beat him, and he lost the battle. So what we do is we run this event in memory of him and his daughter, and we've been able, because of this and the success of this event, we've been able to put her through high school, her tuitions. We've been able to help many communities, many different organizations within and throughout our communities, and it's been a real
and folks,
positive.
just so we know, this is a Newton that he's talking about, and this is a great opportunity. And so people out there that know him, you're going through tough things, and this touches a lot of people, that a way to get through it is to have events and give back, because we can only do so much. And as far as, you can't stop what's going to happen, but we can only help what we can do in the future. So I think it's a great thing what you folks are doing here. And do you have advice to people out there how to keep it together besides doing this?
Yeah, I just tell them to always stay strong, believe in yourself, always believe in yourself. If you're feeling down, speak with somebody, but try to get yourself exercise, get into a gym, get around your peers, talk your problems out. If you have some problems, talk them out, feel them out, and work them out.
Yeah, no, I hear you with that. Thanks a lot for your time. I know you're busy. I'm going to let you get back to what you were doing, but I at least wanted to say a few words, and thank you for inviting me and my photographer, Hans, and we'll make sure this gets out there and use it for the next year and all that good stuff, okay? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just thank you for coming down. We really appreciate your support in the photographers, and look forward to making this thing happen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, this is going to be the last person I'm talking to tonight. I just got through talking to the wonderful Stephen Scanlon. What a heartfelt conversation that was. But right now I have Mark Gagaro, who is actually one of the owners for the boxing club, and I'm going to let him tell the name and the whole 9 yards, and I'll explain to the folks out there that listen to this a little bit about what they do and the meaning behind it. So can you, first of all, tell us, how do you pronounce the name of the place?
It's Nonantum Boxing Club.
And is there a reason why you named it that?
That's the neighborhood we are in. That's the neighborhood we grew up in.
Oh, excellent. Okay, I wasn't quite sure. I try to find out all the information on that.
It's known as the lake. That's the
It's
name.
known as
They
what?
call it the lake. People don't like to say Nonantum because it's hard to say, so everybody calls it the lake.
Oh, excellent. So can you tell us a little bit how you and, first of all, is your partner a family member, or is it just?
Cousin Nathan.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
How did you guys start off with this?
We started in his basement.
Wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, we were in his basement. He was just training people. I started working with him down there, and we ran out of room because people started coming in, and his wife got mad. So we ended up moving to a karate studio, and then from there we grew out of that. So we ended up.
How long ago was that, hon?
About 8 years ago.
Wow, God bless you. I have to say that's hard work. That's moving forward. I give you a lot of credit because, anything starting from scratch, anything, worthwhile in life is hard work, and you really got to push and push and push. And can you tell us what you guys focus on that you do with your students is your main goal that you try to instill in their heads because it keeps them out of trouble, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of facets to it. I mean, we have competitive boxing team in our youth guys, which is a lot of discipline and helping kids stay off the streets and all that, all that good stuff that you want the kids growing up right. So we do a lot of that, keep them on the right path. Then we have our adults that come in to work out. So we have a kind of a two-tier thing. The
that's
adults,
me. That's me, by the way.
yeah, you do the class, the competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, not competitive. The
just
for
for workout.
Yeah,
To me, it's more of a cardio, and it thins especially women. And I know you have women because Felicia just won tonight, and God bless her. She did an awesome job replacing her friend that was hurt, Kate Durgan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyways,
No, I mean that's the basic idea of it. We try to help build youth, and obviously we have a lot of boxing in the competitive side, and we train them all the time. We have a good group of people we take to different trips and different places. And
now, do you travel all over the world? Is this like a worldwide thing, or is it just in the United States?
It's U.S. for now. I mean, you never know. If we get someone that's going to go that far, we'll take them anywhere. Hopefully someone gets to Rio or someone in the Olympics. You never know. But as of now, we've gone all over. I've been to Spokane this year. I've been to Toledo last year. We went to Oxnard, California this year.
Now, do you actually compete yourself?
Nope, I'm a coach. I
had to find out on that.
I haven't competed in a while, so I'm done. I'm a full-time coach. I help train guys.
I'm looking forward to seeing Raphael get up there, because we already have 3 of the 5 that I've interviewed tonight that won, and I'm very, very happy for you. You folks did a great job tonight, and this is all for a charity event, and it's a great way to see the community get together and be a part of all that. It makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Right on. That's exactly right, and that's what we do it for. That's
I hear you. Now, I explained to you my show's about moving forward, and advice. Like, what advice do you give to people out there to keep it together and focus? Maybe you can, talk personally or professionally, but because what you say might help people that are looking to stay on the straight and narrow and do the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy is always just get it done. Push hard and work hard, and don't look for excuses, because you can always get an excuse. You know what I mean? But I'm saying everybody's looking for something nowadays. Everybody wants a scapegoat excuse, but no one cares. No one really cares. Do it. Get it
You're
done.
right.
And that's what I always say to the guys: get it done. Don't tell me you're going to do it. Just do it, and keep going ahead and keep getting it done. That's all I always tell my guys to do. That. Stop looking for glory about it. Just get it done.
Yeah, and it's not about being the hard ass or the, or whatever. It's just, you got to have your head on straight, because one of your fighters I interviewed earlier, is saying, they're pretty much a weapon. So you got to be careful when you're dealing with stress and confrontation, because they got to be careful to keep their head on straight. And his outlook was awesome on how to approach things, because you got to be careful about doing the wrong thing, because you have power when you're trained to be this great at what you do, and you got to be careful,
I mean, if you're trained right, you shouldn't even have to do anything, because you can defend yourself if need be.
Yeah.
But there's no need to prove yourself to anything. You've already done in the ring. That's the hardest thing to do, to go one-on-one in a ring when there's no sucker punches, there's no, it's straight on. So once you're done with that, it's easy.
Exactly, because when someone's doing that, it's like they got one over on someone, and it's stupid. Well, anyways, I know you got to get back. I don't want to keep you. Is there anything you'd like to say to the folks out there besides, I know we got a few more on your team left ready. I know, because this night's been a wonderful night here. Packed house, folks. Packed house. A lot of good things. Great people. So glad I met all you guys. I'll come next year. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I mean, thanks for having us, and we always try to put on a great show, and Rafi's about to go on now, and I'm going to keep telling him to move forward, because that's what he needs to do from this fight. So.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.